The email trigger tool is used as the starting point of a task within BPA platform. It allows you to trigger a task to run based on the contents of incoming or outgoing email sent via an SMTP mail server. When an email is received, it is compared against a number of filters created within the step, defining values for the message parameters. When the filter requirements are met, the task is then triggered. On receipt, each of the email parameters is exposed and their values may be mapped to variables created for the task, and then used in other steps. The following technologies are required by the email trigger SMTP tool to run. An SMTP server. This is installed from Windows Server Manager and is a required dependency no matter what type of mail server you are monitoring emails from. You will also need the email trigger SMTP agent. This must be installed and registered on the same machine as the SMTP server. Please see the documentation for more information. Before the tool is used in a task step, you need to configure how the email trigger tool checks and stores the email for the trigger properties. This is set up in the global configuration. Let's open the global configuration by navigating to System, Tools, Event, and double-click Email Trigger SMTP in the items list. We can now see the two modes that the tool can be configured to. The first being Direct Delivery Mode. All messages received by the SMTP virtual server are sent to the email trigger agent for processing before being sent to the intended recipient. To the user, this will appear to be a normal direct delivery service. And the second option, Mail Intercept Mode. All messages received by the SMTP virtual server are sent to the email trigger SMTP agent for processing. There will be more information on this later in the video. In this example, we are using Direct Delivery Mode. And click OK to close. We will now drag in an email trigger SMTP tool onto the design area. In the General tab, you can type a meaningful name and description for this step. In the Main tab, you can configure the triggers that activate the task. In the Use Agent drop-down, you can select the relevant email trigger SMTP agent, which is handling the emails for the task. This will have been configured in the BPA Platform Configurator and IIS. Alternatively, you can choose All Email Trigger Agents to trigger on emails from all monitored SMTP servers. In Filters, you select the trigger or triggers that will cause the task to run. You can add, edit, or remove these. Click Add to see the options. Here are the filters that can be used. In addition, you can use wildcards on the Sent From to specify all users from a specific domain. In this example, we will select Subject and in Filter Mask type Support Ticket. If required, enable Case-Sensitive Match. And then click OK. In the Mapping section, you will need to have created variables that can be used to store the extracted email data. For example, a subject variable to store the contents of the email subject line. Your variables can be seen in the left column, and you can map the available variables to the following parameters. Please download the white paper for a comprehensive list. Moving on to the Options tab, the Message Abort Options pane is only available when Mail Intercept Mode is selected in the global configuration. When operating in this mode, you can choose to abort the original message on the following criteria. The message is never aborted and is always delivered to the original recipient. The message is always aborted and is never delivered to the original recipient. If the filter conditions set in the main tab are not met, then the message is delivered to the original recipient. If the filter conditions are met, then the message is never delivered to the original recipient. This option allows you to send an error email notification to nominated recipients. With this option, you can also choose to attach the email that caused the error, if available. Let's take a quick look at the example task for our email trigger demonstration, which is based on a support ticket scenario. If we open the email trigger SMTP step, we can see that the trigger filters are looking at the email subject containing the words support ticket. We can see that there is also a wildcard on the subject line, and this allows the step to look at anything else after the words support ticket, which in this example will be the user's account reference. And here we have the range of variables used in this task. These are passing information to the other steps. In this example, the filter is looking at the subject, and the account number will be extracted and stored as a variable. Next, the account number can then be checked in the database to see if they are a registered user. If the account exists, the email data is written to a database, and a thank you email will then be sent back to the customer. If the account number doesn't match, a separate email will be sent saying that it cannot be found. Let's close and test the task. We will open our email client and write a new email to training.demo@codelessplatforms.com. In the subject, we will type support ticket CSS 001. In the body, we will write the support issue. And then click send. Back in BPA platform, we can see the task has triggered. By sending this email, it automatically sets up a new support ticket entry in the database, and we will receive a response shortly. We can now see the response from BPA platform. If you would like to make the task shown in this example, please see the follow-up video. And that's it for this BPA platform tool overview video. Call us for further information or visit codelessplatforms.com. Thanks for watching.